What up, fish people? Kenny E with Daniken Aquatics. Well, guys, I've been promising you some tour videos for a while now, so I figured I'd get it done tonight. Danny's out with friends. We just got home from a trip, so she's over there. I figured I'd give you guys a quick update of a few tanks. This evening, I'm going to do the entire upper level for you guys, and then tomorrow, sometime during the week here, maybe tomorrow or the next day, probably have to do the downstairs in a couple sections because there's a lot of tanks down there. Up here, we're not so much. So I'm going to start you guys right here. This is our 110 heavily planted community tank. I'll get you a little closer to show you the inhabitants a little better. As you can see, we got lots of beautiful crypt in here. And then those little guys, that little one right there is one of the fish that was born in this tank. This is one of my baby African banded barbs. I'm sure the parents will come out and I can show you them. And then as you can see, we got tons of these Paleatus coriodoras, the long fin types. Aren't they something? We got these from Foxy's Fishes and Mr. Peplin Creek Aquatics. And they've been reproducing in here. We're starting to see lots of smaller ones now. So they've been doing it. There's what an African banded barb looks like as an adult. Aren't they gorgeous? Love that fish. Then as you can see, I do have some grow outs of my long fin. Because our adults are getting so old, I wanted to take some of the nicer looking ones that I see and put them in here to grow out. Did make a mistake though and have one regular in here. He's right there. So I've got 3 or 4 or 5 of the long fin albino bristlenose in here. Aren't they purty? And Danny and I always have these available if you're ever looking for some, and ours have extremely long finnage. There's another beautiful one right there. And then also I have 2 different types of pencil fish in here. Let me see if I can find the little guys. They hang, well, there's the one type. I got them friends again, and he killed, again, they all died again, so I don't know what is up with that. Then if you look in the back there on the wall is one of our Ottos. Here he is. Ain't he cute? Then up in the upper corner there is the Zacca platypuses. They're so weird, man. Like this one's way over here, and that one always hangs on the other side. But they are such a gorgeous fish. And then, I don't know if we'll see them. I do have some cute little Synodontis in here too. Man, that male banded barb is getting all flared, beautiful colors. We do plan to get more in here. We're just taking our time with it. There's one of the itty bitty babies. See how small that one is compared to the rest? Oh, he's already gone. But we've been noticing more and more of them in here. So I don't know how many they've had, but we definitely have a lot bigger school than when we started of these. There's just so many. Oh, there's one. See how cute he is? Little bitty baby right there. Where'd he go? I mean, 1 minute, there he is. Tiny little guy. So we've been getting babies. I haven't seen micro baby. There's another little one right there. So I know they're breeding in here. Anyway, guys, that is the one. Oh, there's the other. I was looking for them. That's right. That's the other type of pencil fish we have in here. Those, we have about 6 or 7 of them cruising around in here. They just get lost in all this. Oh, there's a big school of them too. Aren't those cool? But we do plan to get some other... Oh, there's some more of my Oh, they went back to the back. This tank has so many places for fish to hide that this is one of the tanks, if you're here visiting, you will sit here and every 10 minutes you'll see another fish you didn't see before. Oh, there he is again, little bitty baby. Yeah, they're doing really well in here. Anyway, guys, moving right along, we will home in on this. This is our 16-gallon bowl. And in here, again, from Foxy's Fishes, we have our Cubitai rasboras. And then, as you can see, there's a CPD. These rasboras are stunning. Actually, the camera's picking up their colors tonight, which is nice. Really, really cool fish. Then we got numerous types of crypts in here. And then we have pothos growing out the top. But then we all the CPDs, and then I have two types of shrimp. I have blue dreams in here, and then we have a mono shrimp in here. Where's the blue dream at? There's one. Yeah, oh, and the mono came out for a visit. It's like he heard me talking about him. But everything's thriving in here. The shrimp have been reproducing. I'm pretty sure that the Cubitai have been breeding for sure. There's the CPDs coming out for a visit. I don't see them as often. They hang in the lower section of the tank, which is heavily planted, as you can see. So it's always a pleasure when we see them. But literally everything in this tank came from Foxy's Fishes and Peplin Creek Aquatics, with the exception of the Amano shrimp. Everything else came from them. And their blue dream line is gorgeous. Really a nice blue to them. But that's that. Ain't that something? I love to just sit and chill in front of this for hours. Anyway, guys, moving right along, we'll take you over here. And this, I gotta move a couple things. Danny is short, so when she's doing water changes, she needs to have a step ladder. All right, so this is our 150 tall. And in here, we have another Planet Community tank. I guess we'll start in the middle here. I have African red-eye tetras in here, Congo tetras, rosy barbs, green tiger barbs, and one female Turkana jewel who is needing a mate. Excuse me, guys, so sorry. And then, as you can see in every cave down here, those are my leopard frogs. I have about 6 to 8 of them in here. And then I have 2 gorgeous males in another tank I'll show you here shortly. But this tank's been doing very well. Did have the issue last year where we lost a lot of them. I didn't quarantine those guys. Those green tiger barbs is what caused all my grief. And they had ick on them, and I lost all my rainbows. I lost all my tetras. It was pretty bad week, but everybody that survived is thriving now. We are going to get probably some sort of tetra and maybe a couple different types of rainbow in here yet. Don't want to put too much more, but and then I plan to put some bristlenose in this tank as soon as I get I'm taking my zebras downstairs. Or not my zebras, my leopard frogs. Oh, there he is. That's what I was waiting to show you guys. He's kind of in and out all the time. There he is. He's being shy tonight. That's my little portal catfish. Isn't he cute? God, he's kicking crap everywhere. And then there also is, there's a good looking shot of a leopard frog right there. Then there's also, I think, 7 or so orange lasers or green laser Corridora in here as well. Again, though, this is another one of the tanks. And there's a Synodonus angelicus in here too. Since he's been in this tank, I don't see him quite as often. I'm trying to see if I can see his polka dots somewhere. Yeah, he's back there. Let's see if this thing will home in. He likes to hang under the log over here. I am sorry, guys. It's not, well, you can see his dots right there, but anyway, guys, that is our 150-gallon planet tank. And then behind me, this is our built into the wall. It's 135 gallons a side, 270 gallons total, and it's the whole length of the wall. And in here I've just got a bunch of really old cichlids at this point, but they're doing well. This old guy, I'm fighting with this guy with different viral things, but he's a survivor. He always makes it. And that beautiful Vieja, and beautiful clown Leporinus. And these guys, I'm telling you, are ginormous. He's probably going to head for the 300 soon. That jerk right there keeps picking on him, so I want to be able to make it so he can chill. And one of our last lace cats. And he's plump, as you can see. He doesn't miss a meal. Then we have two ginormous common plecos in here. There's the one right there. He's well over 2 feet at this point. Oh, Shiva, stop. And there's that one. Then on the other side here, we have a tiger Oscar. And then if you look underneath there, you'll see there's a Decorus. And I have another Decorus in this tank. I love that catfish. One convict. And Heroes Lipifers. And one beautiful jag. Again, a couple more common plecos. So that is our dual 135s. And this one is a project tank right now. We did have some beautiful Borlei in it, but they got frisky when they were spawning and they killed each other off, which really made me mad. But right now I do have about 6 Decorus catfish in here as well as that Synodontis right there. And I forget the name of that one always. But this tank is most likely going to be housing either my wife's Tanganikans, which you'll see here shortly, or I'm thinking about putting the banded gudgeons in this tank. And I'm going to probably rescape it, get rid of all the rock. I'll make basically a couple different cave type rocks in there for them. They seem to like that. I'm not going to bother trying to plant this time because they ate all the plants in their current setup. So we'll see how that goes. But these Decorus, if you all have been watching my channel a while, those are the ones I won at the bitch auction at the Triple Crown. And they are getting some size to them now. We thought maybe they were a crossbred type of Decorus, but actually I've done research and they are legitimate pure breed Decorus, which is awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break and I'll be back in a minute. We're back, guys. Now we are in the dining room. And this is our 72-gallon bow front. And it houses right now our colony of banded gudgeons. I've had a couple people this week. Some of these beautiful little babies, which are getting to be almost adults now, are going to be leaving me soon. But as you can see, gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And Danny and I always do keep these. So if you are in the market for any down the road, this is why we never run out. They breed at least once a week. One of these females decides to breed, and all we have to do is scrape those eggs and let them grow out. We've stopped letting them grow out at this point because if we grew out every batch, we'd probably have 3,000 of these things by now. But I mean, if you want a cool, interactive fish that you can colony breed like we've done, these guys are amazing. They really are. They're very personable. Come up, as you can see, check you out. They are just an absolute amazing fish to keep in your house. And these, like I said, are the banded gudgeons. I won these at the first Fishtoberfest off of I didn't know my wife had bought us tickets for our actual drawing. She bought $50 worth, and we won these guys. We actually would have won 3 things, but after I felt so guilty after we won these, I told them to draw again because I didn't want people thinking it was rigged. But yeah, these guys remind me so much of like a trout almost, as far as coloring. Can't really keep trout in a tank unless you got chillers and really good swift water for them. But yeah, these guys are getting some age to them now. I mean, I got these at the first Fishtoberfest, which was, what, 3 years ago already? So, and they were about that size when I got them. And we got to watch them grow, and they've bred for us so many times now. Then also in here, we do have a Blue Phantom Pleco. Then there's also a Candy Cane in here, and then a Clown Pleco. And then there's also a Flash Pleco in here. They're kind of single guys that the Flash Pleco, you can see his fin right there. But they don't have any ambitions of breeding those. But anyway, guys, this is our 72-gallon bow front. I'll be right back again. Going to move to another part of the upstairs. All right, guys, and we're back. So I'm now in the bathroom, and this is our 30-gallon tall, or excuse me, 29-gallon, heavily planted again. And here we have 2 Golden Wonder killifish, which are amazing. Then we have our colony of ant tetras, which if you've never kept these or seen these guys, man, they are amazing. And then down here is, like I said, I've got 2 beautiful male. The other one hangs in the cave. I doubt we'll be able to get a look at him, but I'm going to be putting all these leopard frogs together finally. They're all mature now. And then back there, and excuse the mess in here, guys. Danny did a water change on this today, but the Corys, every time she does, get to digging and having fun. So now our water is a mess already again. But that is a Dichrosis ferroni is what that is. Unfortunately, he killed his mate, and my buddy John stopped breeding him. He's now doing... There's one of the culprits that makes a mess of my tank. See how spastic they are? So anyway, guys, and that is a beautiful piece of manzanita wood, which we are grateful here in Oregon. We can just take a weekend adventure and fill up the whole back of the truck with this stuff. It's all dead wood already, so if anything, we're keeping it from becoming kindling for the fires. But these ant tetras are amazing too. I'm really mad that these Corys have made the water a muck for you. But at least you know I'm not sugarcoating or giving you edited videos where what you see is what you get, man. Anyway, guys, that is the 29-gallon. Whoop, almost dropped you. Be back in a minute. Okay, guys, now we're in the spare bedroom. This is another little tank we have. This is I think this is considered a 15-gallon or 20-gallon cube. And unfortunately, we are down to just one poor little pea puffer left. I'm going to talk to Danny. We're either going to find a friend that already has pea puffers and maybe break this tank down. Although I just can't picture life without these guys in it. So I'm probably going to end up just going down and getting 2 or 3 or 4 more. This little guy's probably going on 5 years old at this point. He's lost all of his buddies. And I don't like him being by himself. But he doesn't seem to mind because he gets all the food now. The one that passed on him was a ginormous female, and she was quite gluttonous with the food. But it's just a cute little scape, little piece of dragon stone back there. We run that little filter on it. So that is our little cube. Be back in a minute with some more. And we're back, guys. So now we are in Danny's office, home office. Up here we have a lot of stuff. I mean, we have a lot of our breeding colonies of plecos up here, and then a couple other things. So we'll run through it. Starting in this bottom 55 here. Wish I could show you something glorious, but this is just our little colony of albino bristlenose, just regular finned. One thing Danny and I are going to start working on, we have a ton of these Malaysian trumpet snails. And I got nobody that eats them anymore, so I'm going to, anybody would like some of these, give me a shout out. I'd probably do like 25 of them for $1 or something crazy. I like having them. I don't want to eradicate them because they are very good at keeping your soil mixed up, and they do a good job at cleaning up, especially after plecos. They eat all the excess food and all that. But the bad thing is I've been noticing my plecos' weight is not there, and I think it's because the snails are competing with the food for them. I'm still getting over this cold, guys. I so apologize. But that is that. And then up above, this is my colony of longfin albinos. And they are doing very well. They breed quite often, as you can see by the amount of babies. A lot of these are going to be getting moved down to lower level into the grow out tank. We did just lose one of our longtime males out of this tank, which was sad, but these guys are probably close to 7 years old, the adults in here. So that's why we're starting to take the better looking babies that we see, and we're hoarding them at this point. And we've got another fresh batch. I just noticed there is a ton of itsy bitsies in here again. See them on the walls and stuff. So I've probably got 3 or 4 different generations. Now our longfins, I'm actually quite grateful. We get probably 70% longfin, 30% regular, which is really good odds when you're dealing with these things. And thing is, you got to let them grow a little bit, because when they first come out, they don't have the long fins. They kind of grow into them. So you won't really know what they are until about a month or 2, sometimes 3 down the road before you know if you got long fin or regulars. But I can already tell. The one way I've been able to tell what we've got is, see how this one has the skinnier back and that one there is kind of fat and chunky. Usually at this age, when they're skinny in the backside like that, they turn into long fin. See the super white ones here? They're almost like, that's a long fin, that will be a long fin. This one will be a long fin, that one will be a long fin. But that's just after years of breeding them. I know what I can expect. But this colony has, I can honestly say these guys have probably paid for a good portion of our fish room. We got these from a gentleman about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, named Derek Rice. Started with, his was 1 longfin and 1 regular. And then what I did was, the nicer longfin babies I was getting, I was setting aside like I'm doing now in that other 110. And this is how I've ended up where I'm at today. And like I said, I get 70% longfins out of this colony. Now, I don't know what the next colony is going to do in the next generation, but I'm also, the thing I'll do if I'm at a local pet store, or if I'm someplace out and I see a cool male or a cool female longfin albino, I'll usually grab them just to keep my stock looking good. But I love this fish. I think I will always have this particular fish in my fish rooms. I don't know what it is about them, but I just dig them. Anyway, guys, moving right next door here. This is our colony of L333 king tigers. And they breed usually once a month for us. And then we also have these giant green swords. These are almost all female in here. And I've got more down in the discus tank. These are moving out. Danny and I, at this point, are going to do what we originally were planning. We did have a bunch breed. So if you're somebody that likes the giant swords and that type of thing, and the live bears, reach out to us because these are available now. There's one little bad one there. I don't ever, if they seem like they're still having quality life, these guys aren't breeding anyway right now because there ain't a male in here. I don't try to kill those guys if I can get away with it. He'll end up staying here forever until he passes. But the main show in here are our king tigers. They are absolute stunners. And we get good babies out of them. I've got a few still in here. I've sold probably 20 of these things in the last month, so I'm getting down again. But they breed enough to where it's no big deal. But I am going to start stockpiling some of these guys too, because these guys are about 4 years old now. 3 years, 4 years. It took us 2 years to get them to breed. But it's always good to stock up on. There's another good looking female hanging out up there. But they are stunners. And down here, guys, is our 55-gallon axolotl tank. That is Miss Princess. We got this from Roxanne and Peplin. She was so adorable when we got her. The only blemish she had when we first got her, her little tail had been nipped off by one of her brothers and sisters, but as you can see, it's fully grown back. She is such a sweetheart. Then she is in here with Terry. We've had Terry now, God, it's got to be going on 7 years, 6 years now. Danny actually raised this one. She got 21 eggs, and all 21 hatched. And then we were very much green peas on the axolotls and didn't know that they would eat each other. So Terry did just that and ate 20 of his brothers and sisters, but yet him and Princess get along like two peas in a pod. They don't bite at each other, they don't mess with each other, they just get along. I'm pretty sure it's a male and a female, and I'm praying that they don't breed. Oh, I forgot a tank as we were coming in. I suppose I should show this one. This is a 20-gallon long. All of these guys are going to be going into either the bow front that I showed you with the gudgeons in it, or the chorus tank, that's 75. But this is our little tangs, and we do have some West African and then also one multi in here. He's probably going to end up downstairs with the rest of his buddies. And these are Nanachromis splendens in the back there. I only have 2 females left. I did have one male I was going to try to breed them with, but he unfortunately passed. So all I have is a pile of females. And then we've got tons and tons and tons of these beautiful, aren't they pretty? But they are getting a bigger tank, and Danny will probably rescape that when we do so. I'm going to get this chair turned around because we're going to show you these guys. Now this is our 75-gallon. All these guys are getting upgraded finally. We're just about ready to get this project finally done. These guys are destined for 125-gallon tall. So we've got this beautiful school of Altum Angels. These were F1s. And while they're out, we have a Yo-Yo Loach in here, which he's going to get a new tank. He's not staying with these guys. And I've got a bunch of chunky little stir-by Correador in here, which these will be destined for the 240 downstairs, which I will show you a video of that next week some point. Maybe even the weekend, depends on how motivated I am. But I love my little colony of stir-bys. And then in the back there, you can see them out right now. That is my L236 RB line. Any pretty? Now Danny and I do have those, as well as, there's another one right there. We have L236 super whites downstairs. And this tank is probably, I want to say, the 4th or 5th oldest tank in the house. So when Danny and I were getting revved up again to get back into the fish, this was one of the first ones. Our good friend John was nice enough. He knew Danny was just enthralled by these guys. And he showed up there one day with like 12 or 13 of them for us. We still have, I think, 9 or 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them. We've lost a couple here and there. We had one pair. Oh, there's another. Ain't he pretty? These guys are going to be getting into their own 40-gallon because they are old enough to breed. We unfortunately have lost 2 brews to these guys. These guys bred, and we didn't notice it. And when we did, the angel was eating one of the last ones. So they are definitely, that's the reason we are expediting. There's another one hanging right there. I mean, I'm sure that some of the babies have made it. I don't see them out very often, which if they figured out they get 8 if they're out in the main general population, that's probably motivation not to want to be out. Man, that's a pretty one there too. Anyway, guys, one more tank in this room. This is our little colony of vampire crabs. And these are the Halloweens. All right, where are you guys hiding? There's one. Get it homed in a little bit for you. There he is. But this particular ones have been breeding quite a bit. The ones downstairs not so much, but these guys have been breeding pretty well. They usually give us 5 to 10 babies a month. And they are notorious hiders, and they love this dragonstone because it can hide in all the crevices. But this is just a little 15-gallon rimless, and a beautiful zero lead tank, or whatever you call it. It's a IGA tank or whatever. Anyway, guys, give me a couple more minutes and we're going to be at the final 2 tanks of the upstairs. All right, guys, so now we are in Miss Danny's and I's bedroom. These are our 2 bedroom tanks. And starting here, this is our colony of cherry tetras. Absolute stunning, stunning fish. And we have had a couple brews of these already. As you can see, you've got little bitty guys up in there with the school. Danny and I are horrible with some of our species about grabbing the eggs and whatnot. I mean, by nature, we are still more hobbyist than breeder, but we do breed a lot of fish. But these guys are still one of my favorites. Danny and I have been keeping this fish now for about 4 years, 5 years, I think. This colony is about 2 years old. We have more in the tank I'm going to show you after this. But these are stunners. So we'll flip it around. We're looking at little Miss Shiva on our way through because she's trying to get her spotlight. That is our half German Shepherd, half Doberman, huh? You're a good girl, aren't you? Yes, thank you. So this is the original tank that when we got back to the hobby, this is the one we set up first. This started our madness. These are also the oldest fish in the house, with the exception of him. But everything in here is approximately 5 to 8 years old. These rondo barbs are all of it close to 8 years old. And we also got the rummy nose rasboras. That feisty guy that just went behind the log there, that is there's a rondo barb. We have blueberry tetras in here as well. And these guys are all of 8. Most of them are. I've had these guys forever. And I will always have albino corredoras in my house. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know if it's their derpy little faces. But love this fish. And I will always have them. And then, as you can see, Jason from Depths was always talking about Blackbeard. Yeah, we understand it, Jason. Which brings us to this tank is getting a complete oh. I forgot I put him in here a few weeks ago because he was getting his butt kicked in the Tang tank. And there he's coming out for a visit. I'm glad to see he's still alive. I didn't have much help back there, guys. I don't get to see these guys very often. That is a queen loach. They're inhabitants in this log that we don't see that often. There's a total of 3 plecos in that log. And then, I wonder if Danny knows her. I don't think she has her. Yeah, I hear it though. Huh. And then we also have the Asian rummy nose in here, but they all like to hang back in this weed. I mean, just kind of sit here for a moment and hope to see them. Shiva, what are you chewing up? Stop. Then this beautiful angel. This one's always feisty, aren't ya? You're always feisty, huh? You're always feisty, huh? So anyway, guys, that is the upstairs in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed the mini tour. Like I said, I'll try to get the rest of the fish room for you here throughout the week. After today, we'll have about 50 or 60 more tanks to show you. I'll try to get those done for you in the next day or two. So as always, guys, love your fish. This is Kenny E with Daniken Aquatics checking out for now. Peace.